Right, broskies, welcome back to another episode of the Life of a Broski sneaker podcast. And in today's episode, we are talking about none other than a new, yes, you heard me right, a brand new Nike Huarache sneaker. It's been a while since we had one of those, and it wasn't that long ago since we last spoke about that sneaker, whether it was a classic, whether it gets a bit disrespected or overlooked. But anyways, broskies, before we get into all of that, don't forget to leave a 5-star rating down below if you're listening and watching on Spotify. And if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And without further ado, let's dive right in.
Perfect.
So the Nike Huarache, let me get pictures up. If you're watching, you can obviously see these images, but there were a series of colorways that Nike have produced us. And I first saw them on Sneaker News and obviously Soul Supplier as well. But colorways that are coming out, wow, Nike, honestly, lovely. The one that's caught my eye though is very Stussy-esque, ACG-esque, and they kind of look like the ones I already have in terms of the red hits and that sort of beige sort of hit in terms of the Desert Oaks. And I'm not mad. I'm actually not mad. But you know what? We're not going to touch on the colorways too much. We are actually going to be talking about the silhouette in itself when it comes to the actual shape, the design, or redesign, I should say. And I'm impressed. I am impressed. I didn't think it needed to look like this until they look like this, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't know they could have tweaked the Huarache anymore to make it look as good as it does now, according to the images. Obviously, in hand, on foot, might look different, but as far as I can tell and see, wow, I am impressed. Now, this colorway is called Black Khaki. That's all they're sort of dubbing it on the Soul Supply website. And it is called the Nike Air Huarache Runner. So that just shows where we are at the moment in terms of what we're sort of going for. You know, we've seen it with New Balance in terms of them bringing back the whole 2000s retro runner. And I feel alongside the Vomero, this is sort of Nike's answer to that. As you can see, it sort of has, well, I don't know, it looks like a lot less neoprene in terms of that stretchy feel, that sock-like feature that Nike did have on the Huarache OG. And they've sort of replaced it with sort of normal panels. Now, the only sort of neoprene part of it I can see looks like the tongue, which if you take away that from a Huarache, it's just not Huarache, if you ask me. The back tab or the back strap, what I would say looks a lot different. Could it affect the sizing? That's another big thing I'm worried about, because you know the way the OG Huarache is constructed, it's sort of like sock-like feature, fits really well, sometimes too well. You have to go half a size up. Some people have to go a full size up because of it, you know. And whether that sort of new back tab slash strap affects it, who knows? We're gonna have to wait and see. Now, in terms of waiting to see it, I believe they come out on the 20th of July. So not long left. It's just under a month. I'm excited to see what they do with this sneaker in terms of more colorways. Also getting them in hand as well. I'm trying to get in an early pair. I won't lie. No surfaces of them whatsoever just yet. But I'm stalking the old StockX account to see what colorways are coming out and who has them first, just to get in an early review. I feel like it's worth it. But yeah, just going around the sneaker a little bit more, it looks like the tongue is slightly switched up, not too much in a sense. Like I said, neoprene again. The overlays look somewhat different. We got more sort of ACG vibes on it in terms of more rugged, a little bit more structure in terms of the underlays as well. And also, like I said, the back strap looks different, but it also looks like a Huarache. So I can't be too mad at it. I know some people had issues many moons ago with the back strap snapping on them or sort of coming loose and sort of ripping as well. So that doesn't look like it can happen on these. And the midsole does look different, but at the same time, it does look the same from certain angles. So it'll be interesting to see that. The outsole, I think, is actually the same. The outsole does look the same to me. It'll be interesting to see what they do with the materials on a lot of colorways, collaborations, and whether these are going to be sort of received, perceived, whatever the word is, to a sort of hype standard or high standard, or both. You know, people could like them, but not go for them. People could really like them and they could sell out, because look at the likes of the 2002 Rs, the 1906 Rs, the Vomeras are coming back as well. And this could be that sort of slight gap in the market where I feel like Nike are sort of battling with the A6 of the world, the New Balance of the world, like I've said, and need to sort of like give us a little bit more in terms of the retro runners or sort of 2000 runners that we haven't had from them, apart from the Vomero. You know, of course, we've got the Presto. That's another story for another time. But it is slightly in that bracket with a Huarache in terms of an OG sneaker, iconic sneaker. Doesn't get the love it deserves, doesn't get the sort of colorways and features and sort of pushes from Nike that it deserves. So let's see. And even on sneaker news, there are some other colorways coming out. This colorway on screen now, yeah, it's called the Anthracite and Black. From afar, you could actually say, is it the Humera? I think it might be the Humera, the ACG sneaker. Now, this looks like the spitting image of that. It does also look like a slight Moab, you know, the one that we've had recently, retro, the all black one. You could argue it sort of looks like a low version of that. I don't know. It's all about how you're looking at the sneaker, what angles you're looking at. And obviously, online pictures, they don't tell the full ticket. So it will be very interesting to see. And apparently, they're retailing for $140. Doesn't say anything about the UK price, I believe. It could be. It could be around maybe 130. I'm guessing 130 quid. And for a new Huarache, that might be a sweet spot in terms of price. Anything more than 130, you can forget about it. Like Donny Brasco, forget about it. But yeah, so that's the Huarache. That's the new Air Huarache Runner, as they're calling it. I'm excited, and I'm excited to know if you're excited. And also another shoe slash sneaker slash slide I wanted to talk on. It is already out in the UK, and it is the Nike Calm Slide. I can't lie, mine are on the way. They should be in tomorrow, and probably by the time this video is out. This might be the Nike's answer to the Yeezy slide. I mean, I haven't seen any reviews out. I know there are a couple. I think Elliot Page has one up. A couple other people have one, but I'm not touching them reviews because I want to feel the slide myself, have a feel of it, no comparisons to a Yeezy slide if I can help it, and just sort of judge it on what it is. It's cheaper than a retail Yeezy slide. It retails for £45, I believe. They did sell out pretty quickly, and I know this is a women's slide, so sizes were a bit off. I could only get an 8.5 in a UK size, so I'm hoping that isn't a women's 8.5, because on the website it just says 8.5 UK. And we'll see about sizing. If they do release it in a men's sort of range, I think we'd like them. I know we have the Banassis, the Victory Ones, and some Jordan slides and that sort of thing. But I feel like there's a gap in the market for the men's slide as well in terms of this sort of mid-range price. £45, yes, it's very expensive. But when you're comparing it to, say, an Air Max 1 slide, an Air Max 90 slide, it's that sort of mid-level in terms of the pricing and that sort of thing. But it doesn't look like the comfort is going to detract from that. It looks like a very comfortable and chunky slide. Now, for a man wearing these, I don't know. The chunkiness looks like it's made for a woman's foot. Little manicure, pedicure, whatever you call it. Toes out, get them knickknacks out in the summer. And if a guy's wearing these, I don't know. It is a lot chunkier than I first thought. But obviously, when I get them in tomorrow, or when I pick them up tomorrow from the store, we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, I will be doing a review on that, an in-depth review. Maybe comparisons with the Yeezy slide. I'll have to sort of decide that myself. I'm trying not to because there's been so many. You know, the Adilets, the Asunas I've sort of made reference to, which is still my go-to slide. Not so much in the summer because they get very, very hot. So I've sort of gone back to my Victory ones, which I absolutely love and adore. But yeah, the Nike Calm slide does look like Nike are sort of taking advantage of the palaver with Adidas and Yeezy, and whether they're going to be continuing or not, who knows? But I feel like Nike are very calculated and very smart when it comes to releasing this slide, and what perfect timing they have done in giving us this. But as far as I can see, it's a very popular one, very much sold out everywhere. I know some sizes are sitting still, but from what I can see from the Nike website, every single colorway that I've seen on there sold out. I think 3 or 4 sizes are sitting, but other than that, they've sold out. I know you got the black pair, that sort of like creamy beige pair, or sesame, whatever they're calling it. And then you do have those sort of like aqua and dark teal colorways. Now, obviously people are going to go for black, maybe even the white colorway, but that sesame, that's the one I ordered. It's just because it's vibes, you know, like, let's see. I might not even keep them. Honestly, I just wanted to get them in for a review. I know they're releasing on the 14th of July in the US of A. So it was only right I got them in a bit early compared to you guys over in America. And I wanted to see what the hype was about. And from the sort of midsole, I guess you could call it, it does look very comfortable. We'll just have to wait and see. But anyways, broskies, that is enough waffling from me. I've been going for quite some time. I just wanted to touch on the Huarache and get your thoughts on that as well, because it was very weird how we've just spoken about the Huarache and all of a sudden there's a new one in town. And I don't think we've had a new Huarache for a while, other than obviously, I didn't really count the last retro or retros, I guess, because they are sort of giving us drips and drabs of the Huarache. But this one looks cool, you know, the Air Huarache Runner. And that sounds cool in itself because obviously, judging by the name, it should be comfortable. It should be battling with the likes of the 2002R, the 1906R, the gel like Keanu 14, whatever you're calling them nowadays. There's too many names, too many numbers. Anyways, I'm very excited to see what they do, how they do it. And I believe the 20th of July, we will be seeing them, if I'm not mistaken. And the colorways should be interesting. I've got my eyes set on one certain colorway. I think it's the black khaki they're calling it. But the one that comes out first, or the one I can get my hands on first, I will try to get that in for a review. And then I guess wait it out for the colorway I do want. Whether I like them or not as well. That's for only time to tell. And the Nike Calm slide, let me know what you think down below. There will be a poll down below as well on Spotify and of course on YouTube. Share your thoughts and I will pin the best comments. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And until the next episode, take care.